Growing up Catholic, I would hear stories of the Virgin Mary appearing to unexpected people. Known as a Marian sighting, these seem to only occur in small European villages. Imagine to my surprise when I was contacted by a friend and fellow Deus user, Dan Nielsen, that Champion, Wisconsin is home to one of only 12 recognized Marian sightings in the world. I drove the 30 minutes from my house to meet up with Dan at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help. As a member of the maintenance department, Dan secured our permission to detect these historical grounds. All relevant artifacts recovered will go to the on-site museum at the Shrine's Visitor Center. Location and site research is key, especially one that sees over 150,000 visitors a year. To help narrow the scope of the search, I met with the Shrine historian Linda Larson. She filled me in on the story of Adele Bryce.
And Adele's contribution to the well-being of her family, one of the things she did was to carry grain to the grist mill to be ground into flour. And on one of these trips, she was walking along a wooded Indian trail. The year was October 1859. And all of a sudden, standing between what is believed to be a maple and a hemlock, she saw a beautiful lady dressed in dazzling white, and she didn't know what to make of it.
Adele's encounter is truly fascinating, but another historical event that happened 12 years later pointed us in the right direction to ground zero: the devastating Pestico Fire, still considered the deadliest wildfire in American history, claiming up to 2,500 lives and destroying 1.2 million acres of land. Once again, the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help is in the epicenter.
The fire began October 8th, 1871. It happened at the same time as the Chicago fire. This took place the day before the 12th anniversary of the apparition. So many people came here. When they got here, they found that the sisters and the children were already praying in the church. And they were praying the rosary. They were processing around with a statue of Mary.
Amazingly, their prayers were answered. The church and the surrounding area were spared. From then on, each year, worshipers gathered to reenact the procession. It's that area, the yearly processional grounds, where we decided to start our hunt. We decided to section off and flag any iffy to repeatable tones. As the flags were placed in the spot of potential targets, a pattern started to form. The path seemed to widen. Seeing the photos of years past proved our research was spot on. I selected the hot program and made a few modifications based on the ground reading, and I switched out to the 9-inch high-frequency coil. This would help brighten up any small targets or coins on edge. Our biggest fear would have been not to recover a centerpiece for the museum, but after turning over a few plugs in Zone 2, the monkey was off our back.
Oh, now this is what I'm talking about. You better bring that in closer, man. Check this out. Is that a bead? Nope. Look at this crucifix. Look at that patina. I'm talking 1800s, right there. Beautiful crucifix. Check the back out. This is an oldie. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm in the high frequency, 56, 54, I believe. Beautiful. Unbelievable. Still has the beads on it.
We had found a great location.
My prayers have been answered, as you can hear in the background. As the Father speaks, I get my first bucket lister. Well, a bucket lister. My first ever thimble. It's not silver, but look at that.
We even started to attract a crowd.
But Dan, this is a really good find. This was a really good 8-9 inches down, intact crotal bell. It's very tiny, very detailed. I'm sure the clapper's inside there. So another great find. And I'm working on the high frequency 54, so we're picking up all the faint signals, and they're coming in really nice.
Most of the finds recovered ranged from the late 1800s to the early 1900s, most being religious, and for each one recovered, a prayer was re-released. So I got that going for me.
I hit this really solid 84 down. It sounded shallow because it was really loud, and then once I dug the hole, it was really loud because most of the hole was full with this square nails and pieces of iron. But within that lot of iron, a beautiful crucifix medallion, and this is an old one. I'm gonna say early 1900s. I don't know if you can get a good shot of this.
It's always great to use our hobby to help historical locations add to their collection. Research the property the same way you would research any private location. Be prepared for onlookers and share your excitement and knowledge with them. At the end of the day, we felt a sense of pride, knowing that future shrine visitors will be able to view our recovered relics for years to come.